One quiet September afternoon in southern Taiwan, a young man stepped onto a public bus. He expected nothing more than a long, boring ride home. Instead, that ride would become the most terrifying experience of his life. And what makes this story so disturbing isn't just what happened on that bus. It's what he managed to capture on camera. A single photograph with no logical explanation. A picture that, once you see it, you will never be able to forget. If you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, you've definitely come to the right place. We post new videos all the time, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss what's next. Alright, let's begin. On the afternoon of September 4th, 2017, a young man named Zhu found himself rushing through a bustling bus terminal. He was late, very late. He was desperately trying to catch a long-distance bus, the one heading all the way up to Taipei. Now, this particular route was notorious for being packed. Every single seat would be filled, and it was often standing room only for anyone who wasn't early because he was running so far behind schedule. Zhu was bracing himself for the worst seat imaginable, probably crammed in a corner for the entire 6-hour journey. But then, as he rounded the corner, he saw it. The bus was still parked at the gate. A wave of relief washed over him. The driver opened the doors just as Zhu reached them. He climbed aboard, a little out of breath, and handed over his ticket. And that's when he noticed something was off. The bus was empty. Completely and utterly empty. There were no passengers. No bags stowed in the overhead racks. It was just Zhu and the driver. Confused, Zhu double-checked the route number on the side of the bus. He glanced at the time on his phone. Everything matched. It was the right bus, at the right time. Before he could even ask the driver what was going on, the doors hissed shut. The engine rumbled to life, and the bus pulled away from the curb. Zhu hesitated for a moment, standing in the aisle, then just shrugged it off. Maybe this was just his lucky day. Incredible, unbelievable luck. He chose a comfortable seat near the front, settling in for the long trip ahead. As they drove, the city slowly faded behind them, replaced by rolling hills and open highway. The ride felt surprisingly calm. It was quiet, almost peaceful. This was a 6-hour journey, and it looked like he had the entire bus all to himself. He couldn't believe it. Eventually, the steady vibration of the road and the gentle rocking of the bus lulled him into a deep sleep. When Zhu woke up, it was dark outside. The sun had set, and the only light came from the streetlights flashing past the windows in a rhythmic pattern. He checked the time on his phone. They were about halfway there. He saw a message notification from a friend. "How's the ride?" It read. Zhu quickly typed back, "It's crazy. The whole bus is completely empty." His friend, naturally, didn't believe him. "No way. Send proof." So, Zhu leaned back in his seat and snapped a quick photo with his phone. He looked at the image. It was dark, grainy, and pretty unconvincing. It didn't really capture the eerie emptiness of the bus. He decided he needed a better shot. Zhu was an amateur photographer, so he was carrying his professional camera with him. He pulled it out of his bag, switched it on, and began adjusting the settings for a low-light shot. He turned around in his seat to face the long empty aisle behind him, and he took the photo. His smile vanished instantly. Something was terribly wrong with the picture. He zoomed in on the digital display, his heart starting to pound in his chest. There, in the photo, A pale human arm seemed to be hanging down from the ceiling. It was reaching downward, its fingers slightly curled, into the empty space of the bus. Zhu froze. A cold sweat broke out on his forehead. His hands began to shake uncontrollably. He quickly checked his camera, thinking maybe it was a glitch, some kind of malfunction. Everything seemed normal. He took a deep breath, trying to calm his racing thoughts, and walked to the back of the bus. He scanned every inch of the ceiling, the luggage racks, the windows. There was nothing there. No arm, no strange reflection that could have caused it. No logical explanation. He returned to his seat, his mind reeling. He pulled out his phone to text his friend about what he'd just seen. But the screen was black. The battery was completely dead, even though it had been almost full just minutes before. And then he heard it, a faint whisper from behind him. It wasn't one voice. It sounded like many voices, all murmuring at once, just on the edge of hearing. The seats around him began to creak, one by one, as if unseen passengers were shifting in their seats, settling in for the ride. Zhu squeezed his eyes shut and started praying, reciting anything he could remember. The sounds grew louder, the whispers turning into a low, indecipherable chatter. The creaking became more frequent. Through it all, the driver up front remained completely unfazed, his eyes fixed on the road ahead as if nothing was happening. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the bus began to slow down. Bright city lights appeared in the distance. They had arrived in Taipei. As the bus pulled into the terminal, the silence returned just as suddenly as the noises had begun. The creaking stopped, the whispers vanished. Zhu grabbed his bags, his only thought to get off that bus as fast as humanly possible. As he reached the front, the driver stopped him. "Are you okay?" he asked, his expression calm. Trembling, Zhu couldn't help himself. He showed the driver the photo on his camera. The driver glanced at it, and his face barely changed, but his eyes held a strange, knowing look. "Don't show this to anyone," he said quietly, his voice low and serious. Later that night, as Zhu walked through the streets of Taipei, he noticed red lanterns glowing outside homes and businesses. It was the first night of the Hungry Ghost Festival, a time when it's believed that spirits return to the world of the living. A week later, Zhu saw a news report that made his blood run cold. The same bus, the same route, and the same driver had been involved in a deadly crash. The vehicle had veered off the highway for no apparent reason. Dashcam footage from another car showed the driver swerving violently, as if reacting to something inside the bus that no one else could see. Zhu still has the photograph, a chilling, unexplained image from a journey he'll never forget. What do you think he captured that night? Thanks for watching. If you have a story you want us to investigate, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more strange stories.